V soboto 30. septembra smo obiskali festival Kitarika. Ta se je odvil že 5. leto zapored in ponovič v Koper pripeljal mednarodne goste iz sveta kitarske glasbe. V prostorih protokolarno-prireditvene dvorane svetega Frančiška Asiškega so se tako med 29. septembrom in 1. oktobrom odvili 3 koncertni večeri.
Letošnji program ponuja 3 koncerte. Včeraj smo imeli prvega. Na prvem koncertu se je predstavil italijanski kitarist, skladatelj, performer Marco De Biasi, ki je v soustvarjanju imel kitarski koncert, zraven je predvajal vizualne slike na diaprojekcijo in predstavljanje je imel tudi svoje slike, ki jih ustvarja kot slikar. To je bil prvi koncert. Drugi koncert je v bistvu današnji, kjer se predstavi španski kitarist Xavier Díaz La Torre, zelo znan, saj na antične inštrumente poustvarja glasbo renesanse in baroka, koncertira po celem svetu z znanimi imeni, tako da je res pomemben na tem področju. Jutrišnji koncert pa zaokroža ta cikel koncertov. Predstavila se bosta duo East West String Projekt z nekako bolj klasičnim repertoarjem, z dodatkom balkanskih melodij.
V sklopu festivala pa so vzporedno v prostorih glasbene šole Koper potekala tudi predavanja in izobraževanja za učitelje, dijake in študente kitare. Gostili so 4 predavatelje iz Slovenije, Italije, Mehike in Španije. Med njimi Joseja Gutierreza, ki je odvodil delavnico pomena klasicizma v kitarski didaktiki.
I had this workshop about the importance of classicism in the didactic for guitar. And so I had a little talk about the importance of the 19th century for the history of the guitar methods, and then I gave some masterclass for the students of this school.
V sklopu festivala pa se je odvila tudi fotografska razstava Matevža Kocijana, ki je zaobjemala fotografije festivala Kitarike iz preteklih let. Festival v lokalni prostor tako prinaša bogat program iz sveta kitarske glasbe, kar pa organizatorjem prinese tudi svojevrstne izzive.
Vedno je pod vprašanjem publika na koncertih. Frančišek, vemo, da je velika dvorana, ampak se trudimo in iz leta v leto dokazujemo, da se v bistvu da in da je vsako leto občinstvo bolj številčno. Pa tudi letos smo presegli te meje ljudi, ki so prišli na izobraževanje, tako da smo letos dosegli to število kar konkretno in večje kot lani.
Festival Kitarika s svojim programom doprinaša k večplastnosti kulturne ponudbe v mestno občino Koper ter širšo regijo, saj širi glasbene ume in omogoča nove stike, tako kot za profesionalce in pa tudi kitarske navdušence.
It's a very nice way to share some information, to create a context between teachers and just to grow together. Music is very important for our life because it's a very beautiful instrument to discover ourselves. So please continue playing music.
Oktober je mesec prostora. Kolektiv Avtomatik delovišče in neodvisni obalni radio sta ga v torek obeležila z oživljanjem Ukmarjevega trga, ki se bo nadaljeval tudi v prihodnjih dneh.
Smo poskušali v tem obdobju nekako Ukmarjev trg iz parkirišča z najlepšim razgledom na svetu za začasno rabo nekako spremeniti oziroma s participacijo uporabnikov poskušali v bistvu ugotoviti, katere vsebine bi bile primerne za ta trg. Se pravi, gre za en način taktičnega urbanizma, kjer se ne pač objavi v medijih oziroma zbere arhitekte brez natečajev, ampak se v medijih objavi v bistvu že izdelane strukture, ne? In mislimo, da v bistvu je ta trg, ki je bil eden izmed lepših trgov tudi v času Kopra, srednjeveškega in tudi kasneje, ker so bila ena izmed vrat v mestno jedro, mora nekako ostati v tej funkciji, se pravi trga, nezazidanega, zelenega trga, ker je to eden izmed redkih dostopov do morja. Projekt v bistvu je potekal v več fazah, žal se je v sredi poletja oziroma junija nekako zaustavil zaradi ene tragične nesreče, in ta projekt tudi posvečamo Martinu Reichertu, ki ga žal ni fizično več med nami.
Ob kiosku K67, ki ga je oblikoval Saša Mehtik, se bodo v prihodnjem tednu zvrstili še številni dogodki. Jutri bo DJ Adis Demirovič pripravil zvočno kuliso iz CD-jev, v petek bo Boštjan Vugarič z Valentino Tomažinčič pripravil performans o naravi kot subjektu, v soboto zvečer sledi zvočni performans Starika Hasiča, 12. oktobra pa bo na vrsti celodnevno dogajanje z različnimi vsebinami. A zakaj je tako pomembno, da se oživlja javni prostor in zakaj je javni prostor sploh pomemben?
2007 so na tem območju seveda takrat javni prostor pokupili različni investitorji, pozidali različne nakupovalne središča in seveda zdaj danes, ker je interes v tem, da se proda čim več stanovanjskih objektov, se na tem delu seveda pojavlja interes v bistvu zidanja hotelov, stanovanjski objekti so tudi že tam, ampak so narejeni na tak način, da so sredi bencinskih postajališč, nakupovalnih centrov in nimajo v bistvu nobenih zelenih površin, parkovnih površin, ki bi v bistvu bili lahko za ljudi neki prostori srečevanja. Zaradi tega govorim, sem povedal vse to, ker je javni prostor, se pravi ta paradigma, spremembe javnega prostora v nek skupnostni prostor je zelo pomembna, zato ker skupnost je nekaj, kar lahko ima moč v mestu. Investitorski urbanizem je baziran na zelo razpršenem kapitalu in ima to moč precej razpršeno. Kar se danes da narediti, se vemo vsi, da v bistvu nekega javnega planiranja celotnega ni več. Zadnji plan za Koper je bil narejen leta v 60-ih, začetku 60-ih, na podlagi načrtov arhitekta Eda Mihevca. Od takrat pa ni bilo nekega urbanističnega plana celotnega, zdaj se pripravlja ta občinski prostorski načrt že vrsto let, ampak praktično je ta investitorski urbanizem toliko hitrejši, da v bistvu lahko nekako tudi preraste to idejo nekega tega načrta. In mislimo, da je skupnost tista, ki lahko reagira na to, četudi se potem ti neki skupnostni prostori ne razvijajo v taki velikosti, kot so to recimo neki prostori kapitala, so na nek način ena možnost avtonomije v mestu, možnost, lahko rečemo tudi utopije v mestu, ki na nek način danes lahko omogoča vsaj nekaj, in to je srečevanje ljudi in seveda komunikacijo med njimi, in ta komunikacija pomeni tudi, da se tudi med njimi lahko dejansko vzpostavlja neke možnosti za razumevanje, kako se prostor dogaja.
Zaradi gentrifikacije mest se javni prostor vse bolj privatizira. Vse težje se je v mestu usesti na klop ali stol, ne da bi morali ob tem plačati vsaj pijačo. Zato bodo tovrstne akcije v prihodnosti verjetno še toliko pomembnejše.
V Izoli od 25. septembra poteka mednarodna umetniška rezidenca za mlade med 18 in 30 letom starosti iz Slovenije, Italije, Hrvaške in Makedonije. Rezidenco organizirata kulturno-umetniško društvo Boja iz Izole in društvo Ottovolante iz Bologne. Trajala bo en mesec, in sicer prvih 15 dni v Izoli in nadaljnjih 15 v Bologni.
We are doing now the fourth edition of this residency program. It means that we start 4 years ago, and the main trigger of this project was in fact an already existent program of residencies organized by the Ottovolante Association from Italy in Uruguay, from where I am, and Bologna, where different groups of artists, musicians, even performance artists, theater people come and stay in Bologna for a while doing some creative activities. Some of those programs are more related to training courses, Erasmus programs. But the association from Bologna wanted to develop a new program approaching Eastern Europe. And this is why they contacted me. They knew me already from Uruguay, but we started collaborating once I was already living here in Izole. And the idea of making an artist residency here in Izole was already in my mind. So it was easy for me to start getting some enthusiasm about this idea. Then we decided to start a program with 3 Slovene young artists under 30 years old and 3 Italians that would work together in Izole for 15 days and in Bologna for 15 days. Sometimes we start in Bologna and sometimes we start in Izole. Now I kind of understand that it's better to start in Izole and then go to Bologna, but we experimented with both possibilities. After 2 years, we summoned an organization from Croatia, Udruga Prisma. So Boja from Izole, Ottovolante from Bologna, Udruga Prisma, we all 3 made an open call in Croatian, Slovene and Italian, select the artists, and the artists came to Izole and to Bologna. And this year we summoned yet another organization from Skopje. His name is Census, and is directed by Cipe Mehmeti, quite known artist from Macedonia, North Macedonia. And we got some applications from there too, and one of the artists in residency this year is also from Macedonia. Since we are talking about artists who are, most of them, just going out of the academy or getting maybe this kind of experience for the first time, it's very interesting to compare. I kind of notice this when I hear them talking, but also when I see how they develop their works, to compare educational systems and contemporary art works from those different countries, which are so close geographically, but so different in terms of institutional structures, in terms of how contemporary art works, how contemporary art functions, and the traditions. The idea is also at the end to make, as always, to make an exhibition, this time in Bologna, and we also make some additional programs like this, inviting some curators or galleries to come and see their work, or visiting some galleries or spaces, museums.
Rezidenca že 4. leto zapored poteka v Izoli, kar lokalnemu okolju prinaša mednarodni stik s področja sodobne umetnosti.
The reason because we are doing this in Izole is practical. Our association is based here. But the development of this program along the years has somehow expand our radio, our network of local people working, and also local artists committing to this program. And this year especially, I would say that we couldn't do it as well as we are doing, because I see that this year is going very well in all senses. Without the collaboration of the association, in fact, a factual partnership with the društvo mlade Izole, especially Susanna Grishon, the person in charge of the association, is helping us a lot. And this is one example of how the program started to create its own necessities and to find the people to answer to these necessities. And this means that this is also a way of creating a new culture map which is not using the already existing there, it's trying to find the concrete people to do concrete things in a concrete new environment. And this means that some of them are not even working in culture or are not culture workers or professional culture workers, but they commit to this program for whatever reason. And I think this is one of the best things in that sense. From the other side, we have collaborated making exhibitions with different galleries. We have visited in all the editions of the residency. We have visited artists, local artists, where we have done different activities. We have meetings with local associations, organizations, including the Italian association. This year we have Isis Festival in Koper, and on Friday they will go to visit the exhibition in Libertas. We have a strong connection with Circulatia in Ljubljana, and this year also Circulatia is coming to Koper to work, so we'll find there also a very nice connection. And all this somehow is filling up this as I said before, map of or network of people committed to culture in the Obala, in the coastal region of Slovenia, but somehow also having in mind that this is an international program, and this is what is not so common here, especially if we think about welcoming artists from other countries, not just going to other countries, but welcoming artists from other countries. And this is something that I hope will be or could be a good example. Also because we are talking about the very specific contemporary art scene or world international. And this is something which is not much developed here.
Letošnje rezidence se je udeležilo 5 umetnic, od tega 2 iz Italije in po 1 iz Slovenije, Hrvaške in Makedonije. Kljub temu, da rezidenca nima opredeljene stroge tematike, so se umetnice večinoma posvetile temam, vezanim na okolje, potrošništvo in naravo, pri čemer uporabljajo odpadne in organske materijale.
Teme koje me najviše zaokupiraju u mojem radu su, ako govorimo o ready-made radovima, ready-made instalacijama, to su odnos tradicije, kulture, konzumerizma i zagađenja prirode. Ili zapravo kroz sve moje radove se prožima i svijest o prolaznosti i zapravo ta neka obsesija vremenom. Tako da u nekim radovima kombiniram ekološku tematiku sa prolaznošću vremena, a ponekad su to zapravo samo vrlo autobiografski radovi sa zapravo dnevničkim pristupom, dnevničkim bilježenjem, bilo da se radi o skupljanju određenih stvari ili o ispisivanju nekih riječi ili skulpturi, slici, tako dalje. Šivanjem. Trenutno pripremam samostalnu izložbu koju zapravo dovršavam ovdje na rezidenciji, gdje kombiniram apstraktni ekspresionizam, dakle slikarstvo, sa poezijom koju ručno iščivavam. Pa, dakle, u Izoli odlučila sam koristiti sunce kao glavni alat. Jako su mi se svidjele pukotine na igralištu iza ove talijanske škole. I zapravo sam o poetičnosti tih pukotina na cestama razmišljala i prije. I odlučila sam zapravo uzeti sjemenke i staviti ih u pukotine i čekati da niknu, odnosno da se zazelene. Tako da će to biti jedan veliki zeleni kintsugi.
I usually work with waste or organic materials And this started when I was a child, because I was surrounded by nature and I was always looking for some curious things that were around me. And when I arrived in Izole, I found that it was a very different landscape from mine, from the one I am used to live. That is like this valley surrounded by mountains, and so I don't see the sea so often. And the first impression I had was about the elements of the air and the water, and I wanted to put into my piece, into my work, this impression, and also to develop the concept of the nets. So by living here, I saw a lot of nets, of the fishing nets, and we also went to a dumpster where we found lots of them. And so I decided to use the nets and the concept together with the natural materials that I'm used to do, and so even the smell of the algae. And so now I'm making a work by sewing algae on some fabric, like the waves of the boats, that they can float in the air, and making the drawing of some nets.
I always like to get new images from different places. It's hard for me to create from nothing. Just I like drawing, but if I don't have some kind of reference, some kind of thing to draw, it's difficult for me. So it used to be just like getting some images from different places and cutting them up, putting them together, or even like cutting them up in modules, which is I think I'll probably do in Bologna, and then reconstruct them to create some new shapes. But then it moved to like finding things from the street, putting them together, using them as a base for something, as a surface for printmaking, etching, and so they kind of connect between each other. I haven't renounced totally to printmaking, but the general idea of printing on paper and hanging them on the wall is not enough for me. So it goes like more in a sculptural way, an installation way, a site-specific way of thinking and producing. Then I came here, and one of the main themes I found is the theme of care. So to care not necessarily one another, but to care for things. Because we are used to like get stuff, and then when it's a little bit broken, a little bit, I don't know, you just throw it away. You would rather spend money on a new thing that's outside is beautiful than to care for the things you already have and to give them new life. And so this is what I've done in the last week.
Moje delo že od nekdaj povezano z prostorom, kjer živim, ki je narava, ker živim v bistvu na koncu vasi ob gozdu. Tako da sem se začela dotikati tudi teh tematik, pa materialov, ki jih najdem na svojih terenskih vajah. Pač všeč mi je, če dobim nek material, ki že ima neko zgodbo, oziroma si lahko mogoče špekuliram o njej. Tako da včasih težko začnem iz bele podlage. Tako da sem tudi jaz nabrala par objektov, ki smo šli na to smetišče, ki so se mi zdeli zanimivi. In v bistvu bom nekako delala s temi objekti, pa nekako bom probala vključiti tudi svoje risbe.
Marija Bojkovska pa se je v procesu svojega umetniškega dela osredotočila na tematiko razumevanja sveta.
Najtežje da se razumeti najrazlični karakteri od svi mi ljudi što smo novi svijet. I Zaista je to, mislim, prašanje interesovantno, što je i problem danas, mislim, pošto mi svi, svijet ide ko napred su tehnologije, su takve stvari što su ko neka nova era, da rečem. I zaista je to teško da se razumije, svi to da prihvate i da se razumije, neli, sve kao što se dešava. To je velika, mislim, problematika to negde. I jako sam htjela to da razblavim, da spored mene kako ja bi mogla da razumijem svet i zašto.
Poleg samega ustvarjalnega procesa in zaključne razstave v Bologni pa ima umetniška rezidenca za umetnice tudi druge danosti.
The fact is, when you're always with the same people in the same place, you always talk about the same things. It's never something different. But then you come to a new place, you have to discover this place for the first time together, and you come from different places, and it's always something to talk about.
When we work in the study, we connect each other by asking for advices or similar. So I think there is always this connection, and of course it's more. It has more power if these people come from different areas, and so they can add something of their culture, of their way of thinking to your work and to your thought. Yes.
Pa mislim da je jako bitno maknuti se iz zone komfora, upoznati nove ljude, ići na nova mjesta. Za mene su sve cure koje sudjeluju na rezidenciji nove. U Izoli sam prvi put i mislim da je to baš, da može biti baš plodno tlo za osobni razvoj i za razvoj umetnički.
O pozitivnih vplivih tovrstnih rezidenc na mlade ter mreženju na področju sodobne umetnosti v lokalnem in mednarodnem okolju je spregovoril tudi organizator iz bolonskega društva Ottovolante.
I wanted to say something about these years that we did together with the Slovenian organization, because one of the goals of these projects is to create connections in the long terms with the artists. And it's really incredible how the artists, after this time together to work, they build, let's say, a network of young artists in Italy and Slovenia, especially, and how these connections are growing and are continuing during the time. We have, as example, some artists that continue their work, that they start their research during the residence, and they continue in the next years. And they had some exhibitions together in Ljubljana, in Bologna, and as well, some of them start to create a studio together, to open a studio together. And so also during these residencies, year by year, we are meeting the artists from the previous year, and so is let's say building a network of artists between these countries.